All right, good morning, guys. Today is the 11th of December. I uploaded a couple more videos on the other channel today, Embodied Souls, Embodied Souls, Embodied Souls. If you guys want to check those out, I go into why people won't heal, just my thoughts on that at the moment, because there seems to be a lot of people just being pushed into cognitive dissonance right now, and instead of using the faculties of their mind to work through it and think critically and act accordingly, they're just doubling down and justifying their enslavement and praising their abusers. And so I give my thoughts on that in one video, and then what was the other video about? I did one on that, and then so why people won't heal, and then the other one was on the cognitive dissonance, pretty much, So anyways, what I wanted to say was, we got a bunch of people on here now, but I'm running across, these people who are just, like I said, doubling down on justifying their enslavement and gaslighting themselves and those around them, by saying we're here to learn lessons and we're here, from past lives because we did things wrong. And then, then the Christians who say, Jesus loves them and it's all loving, all knowing God, but yet billions and billions of people are enslaved on this earth. So what I think would be helpful is, guys, if you want to start leaving comments about your experiences, or you can email me, like, I don't care if it's just a couple paragraphs of your experience or your healing journey, how you ended up where you're at, maybe what you're going through. And the reason I say this is because I don't care if it's, a couple pages long, whatever. And I'll do dedicated videos just to people's experiences on their journey and their real life, traumas and abuses and recognitions as they've gone through life, being honest now with themselves. I just think it's extremely important for us to tell our stories because, we're inundated with the propaganda and the bullshit and what they want us to think and, is going on, and that everything's okay. It's all in your head. It's all, if things are bad for you, it's all your fault. So we're inundated with that. And so all we have is our stories. The only thing in our lives that matters is our experiences. So, if we're sitting there and things are bad and we're going homeless, we're losing everything, we're recognizing the enslavement we live under, any of these things, and where we're having to face truth, fact, and reality, and we're coming out of the illusion and we're pulling back the curtain and lifting the veil on this manipulation we've been living under, trying to tell anybody else that is like, they're just like, you're crazy. What are you talking about? And so it's like beating your head against the wall, you know what I mean? So I think the most powerful thing we can do as far as affecting our environment outside of us, besides, changing and doing the physical change and acting accordingly and detaching, is telling our stories, not being quiet, not being silent, because the only thing we have is our stories. Our stories are the most powerful thing there is. Our experiences is the most powerful thing. It's our little collection of essays, our little collection of truths that we can pass down. And, by doing that, you guys don't even understand how many people tell me, that by me telling my story helps them. It helps them recognize, that they're not going crazy, that these things are true, that these things are happening, that these things are a part of life, that we aren't just the cause of our suffering, that this suffering has been placed upon us. So, if you guys want to shoot me an email, with your story, or, you know, just start leaving comments in the comments sections. That way other people can read it. Like I said, if you send me an email with your story, I don't have to use your name, obviously, if you don't want me to. You know, you can be anonymous, and I'll just say this person, then I'll tell your story. I'll read off your email the way you sent it. And so that way people can see, you know, that there's guys, if you're not suffering right now, if you don't feel enslaved, if you don't feel oppressed, if you don't feel suppressed, if you don't feel like you're being taken advantage of, you're in the top 1% of 1% of the whole world. So out of 8 billion people, you're like, you know, in that little category of 500,000 or 1 million people that don't feel like that. Everybody else is behind closed doors, is feeling oppressed, is feeling depressed, is feeling enslaved, is feeling that shit is wrong, that is going through, that people are billions and billions of people on this earth are completely enslaved and will live their whole life in enslavement. They're being sexually, physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally abused, spiritually abused daily. That's all they've ever known. So to sit here and gaslight the situation and say, oh, it's your fault. Oh, it's something you did in a past life. Oh, it's because you need to learn lessons. That's gaslighting on the grandest order. And that helps nobody out. It's real easy to say that until you're suffering, until you get kicked out of your house, until you get kicked out on the streets, until you get put in a prison cell, until you are forced under forced labor, working day to night on your hands and knees, digging precious minerals out of the earth for the rich people who are privileged and think, oh, life's just a grand old fucking journey on this life. So, you know, it's important that we tell our stories. So if you guys want to email me, my email is richardswink, all lowercase, richardswink@icloud.com. That's RICHARDSWINK at icloud.com. I'll put it in the pinned comment under this video. But yeah, that'd be awesome. I really think that would help people out a lot, is hearing, you know, because people are watching me, but I mean, who else is on the YouTube telling their story and of their abuse and how bad things are? And not many. So, you know, if people can come, all the people that are on this channel can see other people's experiences that are also listening to this channel, you know, I think that it would be extremely powerful. So if you find the courage and the time and the effort to put in to send me an email, richardswink@icloud.com, I will definitely do dedicated videos to people's stories, in the hopes that, and with the only intention of giving people the courage to tell their story, giving the people courage to do the first steps in their healing, giving the people the courage to continue down the path of truth and fact and reality, and break free from the mold and the manipulation and the illusion. That would be the only intent, you know, for doing that. So hope everybody's doing good today, guys. And remember to take care of yourselves, because nobody else will.